When my 12-year-old daughter fell and broke her leg, I begged my parents and brother to rush her to the ER since I was stuck at work. Instead, they refused, saying I was overreacting, and left her crying in pain for hours, until I came home to a sight I will never forget. They said, "We don't have time." Then, they made my 12-year-old daughter walk for 3 agonizing hours on a broken leg. I didn't shout then, but 4 days later, watching them crumble, I finally understood the terrifying power of quiet comeuppance. Hi, I'm Stephanie, I'm 31, and my daughter, Grace, she is my entire universe. She's 12, with bright, curious eyes and the kindest soul I know. My relationship with my parents, Harold and Martha, and my brother Jason? Well, that's complicated. When I left Grace with them for a weekend conference, a familiar knot of dread twisted deep in my gut. I never, not in my wildest nightmares, imagined that 3 days later, I'd be in a hospital room, watching my daughter recover from emergency surgery on a broken leg that my own family had forced her to walk on for 3 hours. We didn't have time for the ER, they'd said. Life as a single mom isn't easy, but Grace and we found our rhythm. After my divorce from Mark 5 years ago, I poured every ounce of myself into giving Grace stability, love, and a childhood filled with joy. Mark's job took him across the country. He sends child support, sure, but his visits are sporadic. Grace understands, she's always been mature, but I've worked double time to fill that gap, to be both mom and dad. My own parents? Our relationship was always strained. Harold and Martha Wilson live on this beautiful lakeside property, about 2 hours from our apartment in the city. It's picturesque, a wooden cabin, a private dock, forest trails, the kind of place Grace absolutely adores. But beneath that Norman Rockwell exterior lay a colder, harsher reality. Growing up, I was never quite enough for them. My father, a retired surgeon, demanded perfection. My mother, a former school principal, scrutinized every single decision I made. Their criticism was relentless. My straight A's? Too easy. My appearance? Too casual. My career choice, teaching instead of medicine? A waste. Even now, at 31, with a master's degree and a stable job as a high school English teacher, I still feel 16 and utterly inadequate around them. Then there's my brother Jason. 3 years younger, yet somehow always beyond reproach. The full story added in below.